Who, what power named the name that drove your fate? What hidden brain could divine your future? Steer that word to the mark, to the bride of spears, the whirlpool churning armies. Oh, for all the world to Helen! Hell at the prows, hell at the gates, hell on the men of war. From her lairs sheer veils she drifted, launched by the giant western wind, and the long tall waves of men in armour, huntsmen trailing the oar-blade's dying spore, slipped into her moorings. Simoi's mouth that choked with foliage, bayed for bloody strife. For Troy's blood wedding day, she drives her word, her burning will to the birth, the fury, late but true to the cause. To table shamed, and Zeus who guards the hearth, the fury makes the Trojans pay, shouting their hymns, hymns for the bride, hymns for the kinsman doomed to the wedding march of fate. Troy changed her tune in her late age, and I think I hear the dirges mourning. Paris born and groomed for the bed of fate, they mourn with their late life breath. They sing with their last, the sons of Priam, born for bloody slaughter. So a man once reared, a lion cub at hall, snatched from the breast still craving milk. In the first flush of life, a captivating pet for the young, and the old men adored it, pampered it, in their arms day in day out, like an infant just born, its eyes on fire, little beggar, fawning for its belly, slave to food. But it came of age, and the parent's strain broke out, and it paid its breeders back. Grateful it was, it went through the flock to prepare a feast, an illicit orgy, the house swam with blood. None could resist the agony, massacre vast and raw. From God there came a priest of ruin, adopted by the house to lead it warmth. The first sensation Helen brought to Troy, call it a spirit, shimmer of winds dying, glory light as gold, shaft of the eyes dissolving open bloom, that wounds the heart with love, but veering wild in mid-flight she whirled her wedding on the stabbing end. Slashed at sons of Priam, half-mate friend to the death, sped by Zeus, who spread the guests. A bride of tears, a fury. There's an ancient saying, old as man himself, man's prosperity never will die childless. Once full grown it breeds, sprung from the great good fortune in the race. Comes bloom on bloom of pain, insatiable wealth, but not I alone say this. Only at the reckless act can breed impiety, multiplying crime on crime while the house keeps straining and straightening, and justice blessed with radiant children. But ancient violence longs to breed. New violence comes when its fatal hour comes. The demon comes to take her toll. No war, no force, no prayer can hinder the midnight fury, stamped with parent fury moving through the house. But justice shines in city halls, loves the decent life. From proud halls clustered with guilt by filthy hands, she turned her eyes to feel the pure in spirit. Spurning the wind, wealth stamped, counterfeit with praise, she steers all things towards their destined end. Come, my king, the scourge of Troy, the true son of Atreus, how to salute you, how to praise you, never too high nor low, but hit the notes of praise that suits the hour? So many prize, some brave display, they prefer some flaunt of honour, once they break the bounds. But when a man fails, they share his grief, but the pain can never cut them to the quick. When the man succeeds, they share his glory, torturing their faces into smiles. But the good shepherd knows his flock. When the eyes seem to brim with love, and it is only unction, fawning, he will know better than we can know. That day you marshalled the armies all for Helen, no hiding it now, I drew you in my mind in black, you seemed to menace at the helm, sending men to the grave, to bring her home that hell on earth. But now from the depths of trust and love I say, well fought, well won, to end is worth the labour. Search my king and learn it at last, who stayed at home and kept their faith, and who betrayed the city. First, with justice I salute my Argos and my gods, my accomplices who brought me home and won. My rights from Priam's Troy, the just gods, no need to hear our pleas. Once for all they consigned their lots to the urn of blood. They pitched on death for men, annihilation for the city. Hope's hand hovering over the urn of mercy left it empty. Look for the smoke, it is a city's sea-mark, building even now. The storm of ruin live. Her last dying breath rising up from the ashes send us gales of incense rich in gold. For that we must thank the gods with a sacrifice. Our sons will long remember, for their mad outrage of a queen we raped their city. We were right. The beast of Argos, fowls of the wild mare, thousands massed in armour, rose on the night. The Proteus went down, and crashing through their walls our bloody lions lapped its fill, gorging on the blood of kings. Our thanks to the gods, long drawn out, but it is just a prelude. And your concern, old man, is on my mind. I hear you and agree I will support you. How rare men with the character to praise a friend's success without a trace of envy. Poison to the heart, it deals a double blow. Your own losses weigh you down, but then look at your neighbour, fortune, and you weep. Well, I know I understand society, the flattering mirror of the proud. My comrades, they are shadow, I tell you, ghosts of men, who swore they'd die for me. Only Odysseus, I dragged that man to the wars, but once in harness he was a chase horse. He gave his all for me, dead or alive, no matter, I can praise him. And now this cause involved men and gods. We must summon the city for a trial, found a national tribunal. Whatever's healthy, shore it up with law and help it flourish. Whatever's something for drastic cures, we make our noblest effort, amputate or wield the healing iron, burn the cancer at the roots. Now I go to my father's house, I give the gods my right hand, my first salute, the one who sent me forth, having brought me home. Victory you have sped my way before. Now, speed me to my last. All nobility of Argos gathered here. I am not ashamed to tell you how I love the man. I am older and the fear dies away. I am human. Nothing I say was learned from others. This is my life, my ordeal, long as the siege. He laid at Troy and more demanding. First, when the woman sits at home and the man is gone, the loneliness is terrible, unconscionable, and the rumours spread and fester. A runner comes with something dreadful close on his heels the next, and his news worse. And they shout it out, the whole world's house can hear. And wounds. If he took one wound for each report, to penetrate these walls he's gashed like a dragnet. More if he had only died. For each death that swallowed his record he could boast like a triple-bodied Geryon, rise from the grave. 3 shrouds I dug from the earth, one for every body that went down. The rumours broke like fever. Broke and then rose higher. There were times that they cut me down and eased my foot from the noose. I wavered between the living and the dead. And so, our child is gone. Not standing by our side, the bond of our dearest pledges, mine and yours, by all rights, our child should be here. Orestes. You seem startled. You needn't be. Our loyal brother in arms will take good care of him. Strophius the Phocian. He warned us from the start we could court 2 griefs in one. You risk all on the wars. And what if the people rise up howling for a king and Nandake should dash our plans? Men, it is their nature trampling on the fighter once he's down. Our child is gone, that is my self-defence. And it is true. For me the tears that welled like springs are dry. I have no tears to spare. I'd watch till late at night, my eyes still burn. I sobbed at the torch I lit for you alone. I never let it die. But in my dreams the high-thin wall of a gnat would rouse me. Piercing like a trumpet I would see you suffer more than all the hours that slept with me could bear. I endured it all, and now, free of grief, I would salute the man that watched dog at the fault. The main row of savage stare of the vessel, rooted oak that thrust the roof sky high, the father's one true heir. Land at dawn on the shipwreck past all hope, light of the morning, burning of the night of storm, the cold, clear spring to the parched horseman, or the ecstasy to flee the yoke of fate. It is right to use the tyrants he deserved. Let envy keep her distance, we have suffered long enough. Come to me now, my dearest, down from the car of war, but never set the foot that stamped out Troy on earth again, my great one. Woman, why delay? You have your orders, pave his way with tapestries. Let the red stream flow, bear him home, to the home he never hoped to see. Justice lead him in. Leave all the rest to me, the spirit within me never yields to sleep. We'll set things right, with the gods' help we will do whatever fate requires. There is leader's daughter, the keeper of my house, and the speech to suit my absence much too long. But the praise that does us justice, let it come from others, then we prize it. This, you treat me like a woman, grovelling, gaping up at me. What am I, some barbarian peacocking out of Asia? Never cross my path with robes that draw the lightning. Never, only the gods deserve the pomps of honour, and the stiff brocades of fame to walk on them. I am human, and it makes my pulses stir with dread. And now, since you have brought me down with your insistence, just as once I enter my father's house, trampling royal crimson as I go. There is a sea, and who will drain it dry? Precious as silver, inexhaustible, ever new, it breathes the more we reap it. Tides on tides of crimson dye our robes blood red, our lives are based on wealth, my king. The gods have seen to that. Destitution our house has never been heard the word. I would have sworn to tread on legacies of robes as a one command from the oracle depletes the house, suffer the worst, bring that dear life back. When the root lives on, the new leaves come back, spreading a dense shroud of shade across the house. To thwart the dog-star furies, you return to the father's hearth. You bring us warmth in winter like the sun. And you are Zeus when Zeus trembles the bitter virgin grape from new wine. And when the welcome chill steals through the halls, at last the master moves along the shadows of his house fulfilled. Zeus, Zeus, master of all fulfillment. Now fulfill our prayers. Speed our rights to their fulfillment, once for all.